It won't be that simple for him to get his kills.
No, it's a case of the zoo was there, and once again, Nigma are the ones to jump on that opportunity.
10
Right now,
seconds to
like the heroes
go.
aren't necessarily terrible at clearing out the treants and the
5
creeps, but I
seconds.
want to say that it doesn't have enough damage to go over the edge, right? Like Rubik doesn't have a good spell that he can steal that's going to give him the damage to clear the wave of treants or the wave of Chen army.
To argue that right now he doesn't have any great spells to steal,
No.
right? What do you
Teleport and like, woohoo, I'm at any fight. That's
Yeah, you really don't have any big. If you steal Nature's Prophet ulti, yeah, but that's a big mistake from Nature's Prophet. From Phoenix, you can steal the egg, I suppose. It's not
but
really
that's again a
easy.
big
Yeah,
mistake.
yeah, it's not easy because every Phoenix just uses Firefly, Fire Spirits instantly afterwards. Sorry. So because of that, already Rubik is kind of short on spells to steal. But FlyToMoon never, they just never shy away from the Rubik. They don't care if he has big spells or not big spells. He has Lift, he has Fade Bolt. It's good enough for them.
See what is going to be good enough for
Dyer's
probably
pick.
VTune is the next pick. Yep, straight away. We've seen them with this life stealer
Radiant's
recently, and they've
ban.
looked nigh on unstoppable. But the
Meepo!
Meepo from they banned this in the first game, if I recall correctly, because in the first phase, because they were worried about this crap right here.
Yeah, FlyToMoon banned it out in the first phase, you're right. And this is a free Meepo game. Right off the bat, this is such a free Meepo game.
Dyer's ban.
There's not a single hero out of these four that you feel remotely threatened by as a Meepo. So this looks like a Weepo and a half. It should be. Obviously, you can still mess with him in the mid lane. They still have that overall last pick. So that could be something big that deals with the Meepo.
But the issue is now Nigma, they could look towards a
10
hero that,
seconds to go.
can't be counted out by one hero, right? So either We has an amazing
5
game
seconds.
or Miracle slash Mind Control has an amazing game and can take over. That's the
I, th-
dilemma of where FlyToMoon is.
I think you can easily put Miracle on Nature's Prophet. I think it's a
Mhm.
good position one Prophet game because you'd be playing versus Clockwork in the lane. Then later on, you're active. You don't farm in the same areas in which Meepo farms, and because of that, last picking Mind Control Zero or even giving him the Chun would be really good because
True.
this lineup synergizes really well with the hero. It's not only that he's uncountered, it's the fact that he will have Vlad's Mech from the Chen, he will have Sunray from the Phoenix, Nature's Prophet perhaps with the pipe. Most likely he won't. Most likely he'll be getting damage items, but still, already he has a ton of utility coming from his teammates.
Yeah, I think you're right on the mind control side of things as well, right? Because I think if you look back at, say, the last, I don't know, 40, 50 games that Nigma have had, the recurring theme is that they have been leaving mind control's hero as the final, haha, now we have you, right? It's
Yep.
not a focus on we or Miracle. Overall,
Yeah.
mind
I'm
control is like 60% of the games.
I'm really interested in seeing their last ban. Like, what do they consider to be the biggest problem to the Weepo? Most teams right now on the mid lane pick Monkey versus Meepo, but it doesn't really work if the Meepo plays right against it. And I'm not sure if Monkey is really that great for them overall because you are playing versus Phoenix, you are playing versus Prophet. There are some difficulties for him.
I don't feel like the hero we see Iceberg do too much, right? It's not in his kind of
It's
regular rotation
yeah,
heroes
yeah.
either.
All of his heroes aren't that great versus Meepo, to be honest. Whatever,
Lashrak,
yeah,
Kunkka, Lina, these all suffer.
yeah, yeah. Not Kunkka, you
It
can
was
win the
okay.
lane. Yeah, it is okay, but eventually you just get overwhelmed. Look at them running out the ban timer. What will you ban? Will they ban anything? Is this gonna be a BM
Just
last ban?
techies or something,
Dyer's
like, we're
pick.
fine.
Oh,
I go
ET.
with the
Okay,
ET. Okay, that's a fair shout.
that's a very fair one. Anyone can play it, and it really crushes Meepo. It would be a good ET game. Yeah. Shame on
Listen to the
us for
way
not
you said
remembering.
that.
Yeah.
Anyone can play it. I can tell you've been bitter about some losses to ETs your Meepo games. Yeah, anyone can play
Yes.
it. Such a simple hero. I mean,
Yeah.
honest.
Yes. I have to admit I've been crushed by
10
some
seconds to
Elder
go.
Titans. Yeah, it is difficult to play against. He just the
5
net.
seconds.
It's like a long time ago, like 3-4 years ago. If you asked me
Radiant's
which
pick.
which is the best Meepo counter, I would still
Timber
say Elder
Saw!
Titan because of the natural order and the fact that he never has to commit. He's not a core, but right now as a core, he's also sick.
Well, it's something. Who's it gonna
Okay.
be?
So,
Okay.
Huskar. I
Okay.
I haven't seen Iceberg on this hero in a while. I mean, it's good for the timber. Does it shut down the Meepo though? I feel like Meepo should still be okay in this game, right?
It comes down to the lane, really. You'll have to wait and see, but it comes down to the lane because I still don't think this is the best Huskar game. I still think Meepo wins it. Eventually, he gets items that counter Huskar, and the game is difficult for him. But there is an opportunity for FlyToMoon to out-cheese them. If Iceberg gets an insane lane mid, if he just dominates the Wii, and if they manage to get that first rush, suddenly it can become a bit difficult for Weepo. But if he just chills, if he just gets level 4 mid lane, then starts farming the jungle, gets his E-Blade on time, it's still a very difficult game to play against him.
I guess the tough part, right, is if you're FlyToMoon, you're looking at this and go, Nigma are a little bit stronger around the Roche because they do have this Phoenix. They do have a way to quickly get heroes back into the fight if they buy back. And then, like, what's your big ultimate around the pit? Hookshot can be good, but you're looking for the weakness to exploit. Whereas Phoenix is just a wide blanket spread. Hey, you guys cannot. You have to evacuate this area.
Yeah. Well, I have to admit, I do think FlyToMoon have been outdrafted a slight bit because of the repo, but they do have chances. This Huskar, if he goes ham, he could carry the game alone. But then again,
It's a volatile lane.
Yeah, it's a volatile lane. He's playing versus Phoenix. The Sunray hurts him. Phoenix should get the Vessel here, I think, as well. So that will hurt him. Timbersaw can be a problem eventually as well.
Big problem.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's always an important thing to remember. He is a strength hero, so this Huskar won't feel so bulky against the Timber as well. We'll have to see how this can go. Final game of the series. Nigma, FlyToMoon. It comes down to this. Huskar versus Meepo. This really does sound like a cheese fiesta.
Yeah.
And to start off, it looks like Wii is going to try and dodge the mid lane as he's heading towards the top.
Oh, is he? Okay. Who's going mid, though? Mind control mid. Okay, that's a good solution. They can't really deal with the Meepo that well on top as well. The problem that I already see here for Nigma, though, is Meepo was slightly nerfed. So your ulti is on level 4 now, right? It's not on level 3 anymore. And when you're safe lane, you do get that level 4 a little bit later because your support is leeching the experience as well. They're denying versus you. There are some difficulties. So if they focus him on the top lane and if they give them their best to try and shut him down, they could delay his farm quite
30
significantly.
seconds to showtime.
Especially if it's like a pressure type offlaner, like a Clockwork, right? He's going to play up in your face, which means that Kuro's going to have to be present on the lane. Usually, if you see that you got Meepo pick like that, your job as the POS 5 is to stay away from the lane as much as possible. That might be something he struggles with here. And it's interesting because I think, like, what was the person who used to always do safe lane Meepo? I think Palantimos was one of the big people who believed in it.
away we go.
He moved away from it for a long time. You as well, there's of course. But I know you like taking it mid because you just want to stomp your games as well.
The amount of times we
good.
played Meepo versus my team and I played Meepo versus his team back in the day was ridiculous. Like every series we had up against each other, one game was Meepo.
It's like we should ban it, but I kind of want it, guys.
Yeah,
Let's just roll the dice. Let's
Iceberg
see how...
Iceberg won the block heavily on the mid lane, maybe even a bit too much because the creeps are under the tower.
It's important as well because on that level 1, that's where mind control can actually put a lot of pressure on a Huskar because of these little treants doing 24 damage each. Things fair as it goes on. We'll check on it a bit. I don't expect that kill. Like there shouldn't be too many kills in the mid lane quickly, right? Because if Iceberg starts to beat mind control can just TP out, and vice versa. You can just walk away.
There have been some switches happening on the side lanes, though. You noticed, right? General went bottom lane, meanwhile Vitune on the lifestealer is top.
Yeah, it's kind of you just accepting. Oh, in this case, yep, we will get his farm. But so will our lifestealer. He shouldn't be too precious.
Well, this is perfect for V, I would say. Him laning versus Vitune should be very easy for the Meepo. It's not a lane that you're scared of, and as long as Kuro doesn't leech way too much experience, we will be happy.
Exactly. It should be a case of where VTune shouldn't die, but more importantly, the Meepo doesn't die, because that's the priority is they shut him down.
Oh,
And
they
right
are
now,
going on him.
Yep, they're just pummeling into him. No Fade Bolt for 10, so they'll let we walk away because he's only got 2 tangos, and I don't know if he hasn't got a salve coming out, so
He
he's
doesn't.
gonna suffer a bit.
He doesn't have a salve. He actually used the courier for the raid band. Aloha Dance will block the small camp as well, so they won't be able to pull the lane back. But he is healing a lot. He does have the headrest from Kuroki, so that's helping him. Always on a fly, bottom lane. Should be fine.
Being flied on top of, but yeah, it's an ogre. It's because he did start with the buckler. Very tanky individual. And instead, GH is actually in trouble. The creeps.
Oh.
They're getting GH. He might tick out. There it is. First blood. General at the rocket flare. Didn't go for a point in the cogs. There's going to be a double kill. Oh no, this is starting to look like a repeater game too.
It's when General leaves the lane, right? He leaves the creeps that he could have farmed under the tower. He helps his teammate there. And when you're not in the lane versus Clockwork, even if he's level 2, that's scary. He brings so much damage. And that's 1 bracer complete and 2 more bracers coming out. The triple
and
bracer
then he
build.
shall not be touched again. He is untouchable in this lane. And the other important thing is, like, it doesn't hurt him to skip the cogs, because the 2 heroes he's against can escape cogs anyway.
He is playing versus Timber, right? So whirling that will still hurt him even with all the bracers.
He was just
Be a bit
regen
careful.
quicker. It's all good. He's maybe jumping the gun a bit here. But there
There's
it
a
is. Now
salve.
he's got 3 braces. But yeah, there is a climbing concern that General will be out of control, which will be a treat for us if he does get out of control in this game again, because last game was a magnificent performance. But if you're a Nigma fan, you're maybe sweating a little bit and regretting whatever you bet on this.
Yeah, mid lane is actually going really well for mind control as well. So that's something you're happy about as an Enigma fan. He's out CSing the Huskar heavily. 15-11. He's crushing this lane.
He's always keeping him low, so you can already see Iceberg is always walking back. He's never trading. It's just impossible with the trains wailing at him as well.
Exactly. The problem is, usually as a Huskar, you want to be trading even if you're low. But problem here, oh nice deny of the double damage rune. Problem here is, if you're low, bottom lane,
GH is low, always want to fly. He was waiting. His cooldown's still there though, there's no way to kill off GH, they just force him back.
Rubik mid
I love that
lane.
he waited to salve as well. Oh, mind control. He's standing his ground, but it's not going to work out for him. There it is. The rotation from Low Hard Dance is on point.
He's still messing with him mid though.
He's more than messing with him. No, they're going to burn down. They're going to burn down.
No way.
It's fine. He stopped using the burning spears now. He was actually killing himself faster because of that.
It looked cute. It looked possible. I was excited, but yeah, Iceberg stops the burning spears. He's actually level 6 now.
Now bot. GH, level 3 and feeling the pain. Does move away. General keeps trying to yoink a kill with these rocket flares, but it's just not enough damage.
It's just a level 1 rocket flare. Top lane though is done. I mean, this Meepo is level 4. He has boots, raid band. Another raid band should come shortly. And the only question is, does we want to lane? Or does he want to accelerate his farm and just farm the jungle end lane?
Well, the real question is, Wee's lane going well, is that good enough? Because now we just saw what happened mid, bot. There's just some more suffering from Miracle as General gets another kill. These 2 lanes are going to be problematic for Nigma.
So far, you're actually only concerned about the bottom lane if you're Nigma. Your mid lane is doing fine. Mind control is alright. He did die once, but he's fine. He's doing really well considering he's playing versus Huskar. By the way, Nature's Prophet usually does well versus Huskar. That's not the issue. The issue is Huskar wants to be dominating, and he's not.
Invisibility.
That's fair, which is why that rotation from a low hard dance was so important at that point. But yeah, you highlighted the real problem. It's going to be General. He's almost got level 6 as well. He's just a quarter of a level off. And
He's
already
around mid
rotating.
again, yeah?
Yeah, we know he likes to get active early. He is a brawler, if nothing else. It's a bit tough though. They see GH, he's low, but now that reveals what the plan was, which means that Mind Control's just going to back up and Miracle can pressure tower.
he actually thinks about going bottom, and he is. Nature Prophet, Mind Control. He TP's bot, summons the Treants, goes for it. It's a really good move, but they are rotating in.
Still no level 6 though, so initiation isn't that easy for them. Especially with this many creeps. General, I don't really think you can have an impact here. You just have to walk away.
That was such an outplay from Mind Control. He saw them coming for him on the mid lane, and he just goes bottom, takes a free tower.
That's that feeling, right? When you are a when you're an off laner yourself, which Mind Control is, right? You're sitting there, you're like, something's off about this. The clockwork has been missing for like 20 seconds, and I am a gankable hero.
Top lane, they tried to go on Meepo, but they failed, and now Always Wanna Fly is in a bit of a problem. Should be fine. Kuro though?
Yep, it'll be fine. They didn't level into the nets. Kuroki, however, is being chased down still by V2 and blocked by his own creeps at this rate. As the final hit, he gets V2 in the kill.
They can't really kill him as well. He has mana for Rage. If you TP with the Furion, he has the Quelling Blades. He's fine.
Meanwhile, on the bot lane, Miracle has extended his positioning towards the tier 3 tower at this point. Just
I wonder
between the tier 2, tier 3.
I wonder if General will switch his build up a little bit. Aghanims is great, don't get me wrong, travels are great, but maybe a Vessel this game a bit earlier would be good for them.
I'm just waiting for the moment where, because he didn't build a Quelling Blade, he regrets life.
He's carrying a Tango though.
For the moment. What happens when that Tango wears out? One's gone.
You buy more Tangos.
Okay, so you just never Quelling Blade, just keep the slot for Tangos.
It heals.
I mean, it does give more value, yeah. It gives. It's going to cost you more in the long run, but you do heal. Aloha dance goes to the TP away. They don't have any way of stopping it. That is something to point out with Nigma's draft, right?
No
Unless Chen
stuns.
has the right creeps, there's no stunts.
Yeah, you have some roots in the Earthbind, but that's it. Meepo is juking this quite well right now. Yeah, and he's out. He pops out.
But that does mean that they're going to look to chip away at this tower. The problem is that, look at bot. While Mind Control moved away from the lane, he left his treants on duty, and Miracle's just been pummeling at this tower the entire time.
Yeah. GH created a lot of stacks and Always Wanna Fly is deep.
Yep, and he won't be deep for long. He's deep
And
in the
now
ground.
Now you also take the stacks, which are plenty. There's a double stack, triple stack.
Alright, General's had enough. He was eyeing up the stacks and he thought about it, but instead he wants to make kills happen. If he does spot a Mind Control for a Rocket player, but they know about him. They've learned from last game the issues of General's clockwork. They look to juke him out here.
Dire's top towers, you know the
Still trying though.
Oh no! Now you need to abort. You need to get out. Aloha dance is vulnerable to Miracle. It looks like his escape will be secured.
Not a lot of mana on Miracle. He has Arcane Boots and Soul Ring to work with though.
Well, I was gonna say this is where we're seeing how much harder this game can be for General, right? Because of the Zoo. He can't just find these cheeky, easy hook shots in that will enable his team to find kills.
Yeah, chance creeps, then you have all the treants messing with you. This is a tier 2 on the bottom lane, it's done. They got it.
10 minutes.
Maybe even Aloha Dance here. He's steeping behind him.
something bad.
Here's the thing, if you put Sprout down, it's the catch-up point for Miracle if needed, and they'll get the kill.
He kills the courier first though. He TP's back, sees the courier, kills it. Maximum efficiency. Yeah.
It's your role in life. And all this, what I love about this is that space for GH on the mid. He's got 6 already on this Phoenix because of this.
Space for GH on the mid, but space for Meepo as well in the jungle. It's not your normal level for Meepo. It's still a bit behind. He's level 9, 11 minutes in. It's not perfect, but it's much better than what would happen if he went mid. So it's still very solid.
Yeah, adjustments were definitely needed. And the important thing was they identified that Huskar never wanted to push him for the tier 1 mid, right? So there's never a risk that Nigma's making a crappy trade. Free heroes, gank and Miracle. Well, they have caught him, but can you kill him? That's the real test. I'll interrupt his chain away. Mind Control's trying to assist. Nice Sprout, but hook shot out by a General, and he got to try and keep him up. But the Stolen Wall and Death does enough damage to bring down the Timbersaw. They're rotating GH in here. They are still considering fighting. Sprout. Oh, GH broke the trees. They'll still get the kill and always want to fly though. They
Can
won't
they
pay a
turn?
price.
They don't have lift, so it's difficult to chase here. Lift in 3,
GH doesn't
2.
want an egg. They've got a bloodlusted Rubik.
He's fine. He TPs
out.
over the cliff. One of those cool interactions that you can do with Sunray.
Yeah, we've seen that shenanigan
Radiant's
more
top
than
towers
a
taking
handful of
hits.
times at this stage. Some people hate its existence, but I still like that. It's a cute mechanic that is there for the hero.
So
Radiant's
they're
top
really spread
towers
out on the map on the side of FlyToMoon because Mind Control is just joking them. He TPs top now, goes away from the bottom lane. And he's trying to deal with this tier 1, which he probably will be able to in a couple of seconds. Meanwhile, if you're FlyToMoon, I think you should really play around Huskar from this point onwards. His blades of attack are about to be completed. Yep, he's got the armlet, and it's a big power spike for him.
Yeah, they have armlet gamers on the side of FlyToMoon, as you can already see that there's one on the lifesteal as well. He's going towards that Deso next. So they know that they have to fight soon. Their lineup is designed for exactly that. And they're going to fight more with Miracle as they hook shot in. No easy way to escape this. Instead, he tries for the kill on Iceberg, but he's not going to be able to. The armlet gets toggled correctly and Iceberg survives.
This game is centered around Huskar from now on. If you're Nigma, you want to kill him. If you're FlyToMoon, you do everything to keep him alive and to keep him pushing.
Question is there any item that's going to come out that's going to make it difficult for him? You know, like E-Blade's not bad, but of course he can dispel. The Blade Mail on Mind Control could be good. I mean, you have a lot of physical damage already on that hero by default.
A couple of levels on GH that will give him Sunray. That's pretty solid. He might even die.
Okay, that might kill him. Yep, that'll do the deal. This time there's no one there to stop him from retracting the chakram, as Always Want to Fly was too far back. Maybe not far enough back for Miracle.
So, if you remember, long time ago when Huskar had magic resistance in his... Oh, Miracle? He should be fine. He's just gonna tank this. When Huskar had magic resistance in his passive in Berserker's Blood, he was really difficult for heroes such as Phoenix to deal with. But Sunray is magical, and it just crushes him right now until he gets a BKB.
Yeah, there was a dark time in Doha. That was back in the days where Huskar genuinely was the cheese pick that won you a game. Hook shot in onto the Timbersaw we were talking about. Nice sprout to get the both out and leave General holding nothing in his own cogs.
Oh,
and
good
instead,
stuns.
they're diving in now. The stuns were good from Chen. It's going to bring him low. GH still has the egg, doesn't want to commit it. Will finally go down when he knows that FlyToMoon need to run away. As Weed does arrive at the DD. E-Blade thrown out on Iceberg. Huskar doesn't want to fight this. This is not a good fight for him to take. Instead, they invest in. They've tried this strategy before, and it works in different games, but not in this one against Nigma. And Beatsun will run away, but Miracle is still hunting. He says, I want to fight. But when the open wounds come out, he realizes that's not the case. They'll move across and just take the tier 1 top instead.
One last
It's-
top tower for the Radiant.
Literally right now for Nigma, what do you want? Do you want to rush? Go and take it. Do you want to push? You can. I don't think they are in a rush. You just finished the E-Blade, so you should continue farming. Perhaps get a Skadi or something like that on Meepo. He could go for a Silver Edge as well. But probably Skadi is the safest option for him.
Radiant's
Continue
top
farming.
tower's in bad shape.
You're making this sound like one of those unsaid negotiations. You know the ones you see in movies where someone offers something and the person says nothing, and then that person offers them something more. Right now, FlyToMoon is like, just take the hero, take the tower, take everything. And
Yeah.
finally, they just say deal.
He has a Silver Edge queued up, so that will be the item for him. It's just so difficult. You know, there are some games in which you see a hero that's just a game-winning pick, and it's like that in this one. Bottom lane, Mind
They're
Control.
looking for the pick. Mind Control. He could try for a TP right now, but he realizes with the battery salt still going, there's no chance.
That's a good pick off. Hey, look at General. Look at this cheeky clockwork. He understands. All right, we need more control. We need some AoE stuns versus the Meepo. I'm gonna buy a meme hammer. Why not?
Right, we're past the days of it being a meme hammer. It's a true meteoric hammer at this stage, I'll have you know. And it could be good this game. I mean, you've got follow-up stuns, right? So you should be able to get them off. And we hit on this ourselves, Admir. Nigma don't really have any stuns. They're very lacking in that department.
Yeah, a BKB on Huskar can be really game-changing. That will help them out quite a lot. He has only an Ogre's Axe right now. And it's on Nigma to try and take this Roshan before the BKB comes. That's what they're aiming for.
That's so valuable against the Meepo as well, right? Because Ransack, it doesn't go through Magic Immunity. So you can't easily sustain yourself when you're trying to wail on the Huskar. Although, the question is going to be, what is the pick that lets either of these teams into the pit? Because I'd say they're both at a point where they could go Roche if they want to. It's just, there's looming threats from either side.
Nah, if you're FlyToMoon, it's so
Radiant's mid
difficult.
tower could use a hand.
You can't go into the pit unless you get a really good team fight. Meanwhile, if you're Nigma, you can just move in with Meepo and cover him with Sunray, and he should be fine. Plus, you have Hand of God, you have a lot of regen from different heroes. You have Timber Saw with Guardian Greaves. You're way less scared.
Yeah, it's one of those cases where even if General was to get the perfect hook shot in the pit, Nigma just stand together, like you said, with the Hand of God with Sunray. It's not a panic, run, split, leave someone to die type scenario for them in those fights.
Smoke up mid.
Straight away broken by Vitun. Miracle runs into him, but it's not the target they wanted. Especially since he hits a lot harder now because he has completed the Death Zone on the Lifestealer. Look at this cheeky wraparound from General. Checking the runes, and if he gets a good one, he might look to pounce.
They know where he is, though.
That's true, but he got the pesky rune. The one that may actually allow him to go in and do something. He decides against it.
Yeah, they back out for now. No need to rush things when he has that haste. He's infested as well.
It's like, yes, my way in. You are quite speedy. They're looking for the Meepo. The problem is Meepo's in the safest place he can be. He's in the sub-jungle of
He might. He is farming everything he sees. So he is sending some Meepo stop. Iceberg.
Well, now they know that Nigma are very split, so they're going to probably keep hunting as a result. They're looking in all the wrong places, though. Everywhere they go, we then goes to afterwards. It's just...
it's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate for them. They went there a little bit. And the worst thing is, because he already farmed those creep camps before, they're thinking he's moving to the left where the lane is, right? And that's why they're moving left as well. But actually, he was just on the triangle farming the safest spot in the game.
Maybe they'll learn this time, and next time they'll actually try and move to the right. It's going to be a tough kill, especially the way that Nigma, as the other 4 their heroes, are playing so up in FlyToMoon's face. Just maybe makes these moves a bit more predictable, that they're not getting jumped as often as they probably should be.
Dire's top tower's getting beat
Question
down.
is, can they jump mind control? I mean, it just feels like everything is on clockwork in this game. He has to be the de facto for FlyToMoon. He's the deciding factor, the way that they can do anything.
No, because Rubik is buying a Meteor Hammer as well. You know, if you don't have... There's a lot of captains as well that say this. If you don't have the heroes to deal with the hero, just if you don't have the spells, buy the items.
Buy it, yeah.
Yeah, just buy the items. Meteor Hammer can definitely help.
That's true. I mean, it still comes... It's once again, highlightable point. Nigma don't have stuns. They just have Chen's creeps. That's the only form of stuns they have.
Mind control.
Ethan will just TP away from that. I will say this, though. Miracle's going to have the right item to deal with one of those Meteor Hammers. He's going towards the Yules next, so other way stopping them. But... is this time? Is this where Nigma go, the pit looks mighty tasty?
This is the time where they try to do it, but this is also the time in which Huskar gets the BKB. It's flying over to him. So their power spikes kinda clashed. And it's also the best situation for FlyToMoon. They don't have any Meteor Hammers done though. So they're lacking those.
That is a big problem, man. You know, you need the chain stun lockdown. Because right now they're not confident. They can find a squishier target. They'll realize everyone's in the pit now. This is where they should look to make their move. General is wrapping around. Right now will be revealed. Hook shot in, breaks up the back line of the fight, and the bomb out. Straight away, just splitting up Wee from the rest of his team, and they'll overwhelm and bring him down. The egg on the high ground looks nice, sure. Iceberg will get stunned. Mind control, though, is not protected by the trees, but the turnaround! The trees work for Nigma as Miracle brings down the Huskar, and V-Tuner's running with his tail between his legs. Armlet still activated. No rage for 2 more seconds, and Mind Control needs to be careful. He's being turned around onto here. General trying to do damage. Mind Control gets stunned up by the creep, and then with the Blade Mail activated, VTune doesn't care. They'll bring him down. The buyback did come out from the Ogre, so he's able to keep the chain stun going. A Miracle has to move away himself. VTune getting extremely low. They'll kill him off. The Chen army's enough. Meepo did die, yes, but FlyToMoon, they lose their high priority heroes as both Lifestealer and Huskar goes down, and General is feeling mighty threatened as they continue to chase on in. The Timber Chain through Miracle cuts off the escape from General, but he's able to sidestep and move to the high ground.
Nice, always on the fly, stunning Miracle, preventing him from getting any other aggression in. And it's a pretty even fight, all things said and considered. You did force out the egg. It's that you won't have it for 45 seconds. Every spell on the side of FlyToMoon is up again. And if they manage to fight Roshan, they could have a favorable fight here. BKBs are back up. There's a Meteor Hammer on Rubik.
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand.
Yeah, I think it would be fair to say, in regards to this Roche, we're back at step 1. But as you said, FlyToMoon, now that Meteor Hammer being ready, they do look a bit stronger.
Yeah, they worried me a little bit when it comes to this Meepo's health. They did manage to kill him off quite quickly, so the way Nigma plays this next fight might be a little bit different, and Meepo might put his fan brace on strength as well. Yeah.
GH, he was about to have the egg again, and he does not have buyback, which they probably know considering he really bought out a Mystic stuff.
And you can't go into that pit, right? You have Desolator, you have a lot of minus armor right now to work with, so taking Roshan isn't that hard for FlyToMoon. Not any longer, at least.
Suddenly, despite the net worth lead, I mean, FlyToMoon, if they get their hands on this Aegis, we've seen what Huskars can do. It really is that type of hero that's able to just go the extra mile and just take the fights always to you. And
that last fight was also a big play by General. He completely separated Phoenix and the Chen from the rest of the fight, so it was easier to take down Meepo. Also, Phoenix had to use the egg very, very far away.
That was the beautiful part, right? It's like you saw him, he kept rapping even after they broke smoke because he realized, well, no, Meepo is not my job, right? That's for the rest of you. I'm going to stop the heal sustain that is stopping us from killing Meepo from being there. It was a great way to break the fight. And the fact they had VTune there as well meant they had the damage to instantly burst down anyone nearby.
He's going for a Blink Dagger on Meepo as well. Now, the thing is, a Blink Dagger in this game is good for him because it gives him an ability to initiate on some of these targets. But he doesn't have a Hex to couple with it, so it's going to be difficult to... If let's say Rubik isn't alone and you jump him, it's going to be difficult to kill him without being controlled afterwards. And the problem with that is, if you don't have something like a Skadi, you're really squishy. You're not as tanky as you usually are, especially if you have Silver Edge plus Blink. This is the problem as well. If you have 2 initiating items, you have a total of 1 ultimate Orbs on Meepo, which isn't that great. You're sitting on 2000 HP right now.
But do you think it's a case of necessity here that they need this Blink Dagger, right? Because you just described it as really it feels not optimal when you have the Silver Edge as well, right?
Yeah, I feel like it's always great to have a Blink Dagger, but the problem is at what cost? I don't see any big target that he needs to jump and eliminate instantly to justify the blink. If you're playing versus some hero that
like
you really have to go
Oracle, those type of things, right? That's
if
what
you
you're
need
at.
Blink Hex, if you need Blink Hex, then it can definitely be justified. But he has his own style of playing this hero, and he's definitely one of the best Meepo players, so we'll see.
You never know. Maybe he's that threatened by the Meteor Hammer on Lower Dance. He just wants to make sure.
He should be. That's a really long-lasting Meteor Hammer. That's a big stun from the Rubik. They are getting some. Yeah, they are getting some big items. That's a Meteor Hammer. If Clockwork wants to finish it, he can. Maybe he's saving for the buyback because he knows how important this next Roche fight will be.
Yeah, it looks that way, right? They're taking control of the outpost, which means if the fight goes bad, you have buyback TP in, and you potentially still have a hook shot to work with. I mean, the question is what Nigma's move will be here. You've got Mind Control trying to force attention towards bot, and if there's no response from FlyToMoon, it becomes I don't think there's a way it could be more obvious that they're in the pit.
You can send a creep. Yeah, you can Earthbind in as well. You have multiple ways. Yeah, the creep is in.
They got it low. Miracle is going to try for the yoink. No, he misses the tree. And now he's just stunned on the other side. Iceberg jumps right on top because he activated the BKB. And Miracle, just a tiny bit to the left, buddy. Calibrate that chain and you might have even yoinked something on the way through.
It's so hard, right? You can't be that harsh on him. Yeah, he misses the tree. As Timber saw, you do have only one job, and that's to hit the tree. But he's surrounded by so many heroes, and it's not an easy thing to do. But this, right now, is a very scary situation for Nigma. This game could go out of hand, because Aegis on Huskar will allow him to just freely push until he gets that AC as well. And that's some dangerous territory for a Meepo to be in.
And the real part about this is because the Aegis, it took, like, the Roshan was delayed so much because of Nigma's actions. Now, the volatility of that first Aegis is so much higher because, like you said, you got the BKB, you got the armlet.
They're going. They have the blink. He purchased it. They're going with the blink.
Preemptive strike.
Yeah.
I know the general's not there because he's under a vision top, and straight away they'll bring down the Ogre. Chase forward on the V-Tune. E-Blade slow him down, but he has got the rage straight away. They have got the blink of 4 seconds, so they could still catch V-Tune here, but it's a little bit too close to base for comfort. Instead, they're going to pressure high ground. Or are they? They do see Huskar. BKB gets forced out. We needs to move away right now, but the hook shot in is good. The pushback, he can't even pull out of here, and it looks like Meepo's going to go down. Miracle will follow suit soon at this rate. As V-Tune uses the rage, moves forward, but he's already used the open wound. Miracle hasn't got a long way to go with that timber chain. He's still in range of them and finally be able to escape. GH holding the dive. Will get out. It looks like Meepo might be the only casualty of this war. It's a costly one.
Earthbind? Oh, sorry. The Ensnare, yeah.
I mean, it's a similar idea. And it will stop him from TPing out. Now, he could still make it out. He has got the Yules. He's holding on to it.
Yeah, General does have a hook in 8 seconds.
He's warming that arm up. Miracle's like, no, please. Not like this. They cut the trees. They reveal them. They kill them off. And now they can hit this tier 1 tower.
No creeps, but you do have Meteor Hammer, and you don't really care about this fortification. You can kill it off afterwards. Yeah, that's... Man, this felt like a very desperate move from Nigma. The way they smoke up and they kill the Ogre, and then they continue chasing so deep. General, he does have a hook, but
I don't think he's getting away with that one. However, they jump in straight away, and look at Huskar's health. BKB, he's in a lot of trouble right now. They're trying to move through to get kills. V2's trying to throw them away so they feel safe. Meteor Hammer's going to come down to Wee in the egg. Should protect him, but Wee, he's going to burn out. The damage is just too much coming out from a low hard dance who still has that track from. And now, Huskar will die for the second time as Mind Control's the true carry in this team. V2 moves across on Akuro, trying to kill him off, but the Rage Run will be good enough. Will he be punished? It looks like it's going to be a TPing from Mind Control, but not quick enough. V2's able to escape. Big casualties on both sides, though.
We aren't really talking about V-Tune and Mind Control that much. And Mind Control? Oh,
all right, now we're talking about TP. Mind Control's like, nope, 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 nope. Wait, what?
What?
He could have just hit him.
He could have just hit him.
All right, V2. When you want to be cheeky with the plays, there's a price to pay, and always want to fly is the one paying it for you.
I'm sure he could have just... I guess maybe he's afraid of the halberd, right? So there's
the mischance, right?
Yeah, there's a mischance. And if you infest that creep, maybe you can even go and stun him. But he realized it was a little bit too late. I'm sure if the luck was on his side, if the RNG was on his side, he could kill him if he continued attacking him. In any case, we aren't talking a lot about this lifestealer, and he's becoming a real threat. He almost has that basher completed. Plus the bloodlust from the Ogre. That's a bunch of damage in these next couple of team fights. While Meepo isn't getting any tankier, he still only has that blink and the silver edge.
He does become quite the Gatling gun. Also, did I just... Yep, of course that happened. Ogre, he managed to actually farm in the fountain for a chant quiver for his team. What a lad. I'm not sure anyone will be using it though. There's not really a good enchant quiver carrier on the side of FlyToMoon.
Look what I dug up!
Still a good item. You can give it to someone. It's a lot of damage.
Maybe like a Rubik.
I actually don't mind carrying that item as a position 1. Like on most cores. Feels good.
Yeah,
a lot
there's
of
some
damage
that
on
feels,
that initial attack, yeah.
Yeah, it's something that feels a lot better on, like, I think the one we consistently see use it a lot at the moment is Nature's Prophet, right? That's a hero that loves that item. But he's got the Titan Sliver this game. So, feeling pretty tanky with his AC, his Blade Mail, and the Titan Sliver.
Yeah, it's a pretty good item that Meepo has got as well. Neutral, Mindbreaker.
See if they can use their items. Yules don't always want to fly. Slowed down and just dead.
Can they get anything else?
They'll be happy. They're chasing. Miracle with the spider legs, moving fast. Doesn't have that Yules anymore. Needs to be careful. The Meteor Hammer, it's going to clash with his face and stun him up for a long time. We just arrived now. The disarm comes out in Huskar, but BKB comes too late. Now he's disarmed for more or less the entirety of it. But they turn around, trying to bring Weed down. Iceberg gets low. They'll be able to kill him off. And now Weed trying to sustain, trying to stay alive. And the Phoenix saves the day, stuns him up, and heals him. Weed! Living on the edge of his chair and the edge of his health is able to survive, and as a result, FlyToMoon will just be decimated. They'll chase on in. Aloha dance. Last one alive. Does force staff away just in time. They'll have to turn around and look towards buildings instead. But Nigma, they take a dominant victory in that fight around the tier 2.
Oh, such a crazy turn of events. Chain of events, I should say. E-Blade on one hero, then the Halberd on the other from Nature's Prophet, plus the AC giving you armor, reducing theirs, the Sunray healing you, the Greaves healing you, the Chen with his ulti as well, healing you up. We manages to survive, and yeah, this game could go anywhere at this point, but it's feeling great for Nigma after that team fight. Still, Roche may respawn in a minute and a half, so it's not there yet, and they're not really... this team fight wasn't in some crucial time in which they can take a big objective afterwards.
But it hurts in terms of the net worth exchange, right? Like, you look at those top spots now, Mind Control, we knew he was kind of crawling his way up this list, right? But V2's starting to fall behind. More importantly, is Iceberg is starting to fall off hard.
It gives Meepo pretty much a hex. He can buy it any second now. If he wants to buy out, he could still save for the buyback, but he could definitely go for the hex as well.
I think this is one of those games where you buy out, right? Because you've always got Miracle and Mind Control to push out the waves if you screw up on your opponent's side of the map and die.
Yeah.
Double damage.
And he has so much utility coming from his teammates, so many heals. You have the Sunray, you have the Hand of God, the Greaves. It's all right. If you can delete something like a Huskar in the beginning of the team fight, that's game winning.
Exactly, and they don't have a way of protecting that Huskar if that occurs. They jump in with a sheep stick. No smoke, because they did buy that sheep stick. They're looking to use it straight away. Even V-Tune could die if he's not careful. Either are viable targets. Of course, you want the Huskar because then you don't have to worry about being disarmed when you're trying to wail on your sheep target.
You could go in general as well.
I mean, he's been a thorn in their side, but no longer. 50 seconds dead. They're hunting. Oh no, always want to fly. The tree. It blocked him in. He's going to go down as well. They just need to get control of the creeps, and then they could go straight towards the high ground or into the pit. Either one.
Yeah, this time around, it's a great pick-off because Roche is up. And I actually would take that back. General is a perfect pick-off. First pick-off. Oh, mid lane, Aloha. He's dead as well.
Yoink. Easy one. He keeps trying for those steals, and they make him pay a price for it.
He tried to go out of his base versus a Meepo with the Hex ready. He probably thought...
never do that.
Yeah, I think he probably thought we was already in the pit, right? And because of that, you can kind of risk it. But he wasn't.
He is now.
Yeah. General, that's Aegis Cheese. General is the perfect first kill. You jump him, you sight him, and they don't have any big counterplay afterwards. No big AoE stuns to keep you in a spot.
That's problematic. He's the one who's been trying
He's
to kill the
jumping
Meepo.
Huskar,
Now the Meepo just goes straight onto Huskar, hook shot in, stuns all the Meepos up, BKB from Iceberg, but they say, okay, this is worth the commitment. GH holding on to the egg for the moment, but he can throw it out whenever he wants, and there it is. All of a sudden, Iceberg on the run, but no escape from the damage that comes out. Yes, it cost them the Aegis, but the kill to Huskar makes it worthwhile because they've got the keys to FlyToMoon's base. Glyph to buy some time. What can you make happen here, though? Because they've got the Sunray just heal everything up if they want to.
There's no buyback on Lifestealer as well.
They're going to go in again. rinse, repeat. General's the target this time. He's just gone instantly. The buyback will come out, but you don't have hookshot for another 10 seconds. So what's your solution to Miracle right now? Because he's just feeling like he's on top of the world.
So long to the Radiant's top rag.
I don't know if he's like, is this my base or theirs? Oh, I think it's theirs. Okay.
He has Crimson, he has Cheese. It's so difficult to take down.
Infinite life at this stage.
Because you invested in all those meteor hammers, you don't have a vessel, so you can't deal with him.
No, some Ray will make sure it doesn't even seem close. They could just blink and jump someone else if you're not careful on the side of FlyToMoon. They got Hex in 15, Miracle getting a little bit low. They jump the back line, they go stranded Kuroki, but V2 needs to be careful about this. They're going to protect him with the E-Blade. They haven't actually got rid of Kuro yet. Finally, he's going to go down, and Timbassaw able to eat the cheese in time. BKB gets activated by an Iceberg. He's disarmed. He can't do anything against this. He's going to be cut off by the Sprout and chased on through. Miracle just doing too much work here. They'll bring him down again. The egg is off cooldown. It's been this long, and now V2 just trying to run away. Yes, you get rid of Wii, but he buys back. He sees that they could end the game here if they want to. Clockwork now dead. Always want to fly, just being kited out and blocked by these trees. He can't escape either. And this is Nigma. They go for the throat, and they're going to go to end this game. And FlyToMoon, they know it's over at this stage. 2-1 Nigma fell FlyToMoon.
Radiant's mid tower's coming.
Woo!
Great
What
series,
a series.
really. Yeah, great series. A lot of fun. Watching Nigma and the way they drafted in this game was a lot of... not only in this game, in the whole series. Picking Lycan 5, then Bounty 1, then Meepo in the end. It was just an enjoyable series to watch. We played a really good Meepo game. He was supported by a squad of utility beasts. From the Crimson, Greaves Miracle, from Kuroki with Vlads and ulti, from GH constantly sunraying, killing him up. But the Blink Dagger, I thought that it might make him a little bit too squishy for these team fights. But it also gives him an edge to pick and choose his team fights, right? Pick and choose his fights. Like that Huskar on the high ground. He goes so deep, but he does kill the Huskar, and he doesn't have a buyback, which allows them to pretty much win the game right there and take all three sides.
No, it was an incredible performance coming out from Nigma, an incredible series from both teams overall. You know, FlyToMoon, they definitely had their moments. There were definitely points to this game where there was a creeping concern that General was gonna just rinse and repeat the second game, right? Like he had an amazing start.
That first Aegis that Huskar got, that changed the game really, and I thought that they had a really good shot and at winning a couple of these team fights, but the utility, man, the Halberd and the E-Blade just changed that one fight completely. Halberd at the Nyx, I think, E-Blade at the Huskar, they can't kill off the Meepo, they die, and they just take a first fight, then Rosh, then the other one. Really well played by Nigma.
Yep, execute game plan perfectly, and as a result, Nigma get 2-1 victory over FlyToMoon, which means we know what our final series of the day is going to be, and it is going to be Team Liquid versus Team Nigma. But we're going to help a break before we get to that. That's right, we're playing the upper bracket next round as the final series of the day. We're going to switch out the casters. I believe we've got Gareth and Trent coming in to give you that action. But first, short break.